Hello, and thank you for joining us on this Western Hemisphere Table Talk. Today, I am your host, Abigail Christmas from the Western Hemisphere Regional Team, and with me are two Global Advocacy Champions for 2025. I'll allow them to introduce themselves to you, starting with Julieta.
Hi, thanks for having me. My name is Julieta. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Mexico, and now I'm a global advocacy champion.
Hello. Uh, Thank you for the invitation. My name is Alice Baker. I am from Panama. I have 22 years old, and I am very happy to be here and share about my experience here in the Global Advocacy Champion.
It is a pleasure to have you both here with us. And for me, I am personally extremely excited for you too, because I was a global advocacy champion in 2023. So I get really excited when I see other people representing the Western Hemisphere, especially for that role. So our purpose today is basically so you can share your story with the region and let the region know who you are and how you got to this point, what your role as a global advocacy champion really is about. So I know there are two aspects to the role right now, and your major event is coming up, and there will be people virtual and there will be people in person. So um we could just have a conversation about how you all will be participating and what this big event is and how excited you feel for this big event. So Alice, we could start with you, and then Julieta, you could just join in to let us know how you will be participating in the event.
Sure. Thank you, Abigail. Well, I am going to be participating virtual. It's a very exciting opportunity because you have like the opportunity to be at the same time while Julieta will be there presential. We are gonna be here like sending, helping, giving the best vibes and sharing everything we want to send. We are working currently in a draft which is gonna be shared with all the things that we want they to know about our regions, everything that is happening, and everything that we are advocacy for.
As Ali say, I will be attending in person, and one of the last meetings we have with every global advocacy champion around the world, we were talking about how important it is that WEX as an organization has participates in this type of events, and how even if we are attending virtually or in person, how our words represent 10 million girls. So attending this type of forum and having a small part on it, it's crucial to all of it. And I think with Alice and I, the way that we are from the same region and the way that we can share some experiences, I don't know, I know that she's been in our cabana because I saw her in the pictures of our cabana, and I was like, oh, that's my global advocacy teammate. And the way that we share this type of stories and this type of cultural sense of guiding, I think uh it's very, very, I don't know, this word is gonna sound weird, but nutritious for me for having someone like us giving opinions and saying something that could be useful for the event. So yeah, I think this event is very, very important, and I think we're making a big change, Alice and I, in representing the region.
I totally agree. The Commission on Status of Women has been the UN's way of representing the voices of women for over 60 years. And it's very humbling for me to see that our organization has a voice there and we get to share our views on the rights of women. It's very, very something, it's an honor, really. So I hope that you sink into every second of it and you reflect on the real impact that you're making. However small you might think you are, or your voice might be, it is big, it is great, and it is creating a great impact for women and girls all around the world. Um, so just tell us a little bit about how Alice the Girl Guide got into advocacy, and how Julieta the Girl Guide got into advocacy to lead them to such a big stage now.
Sure. Everything started in 2013. I remember I joined the Girls Guide very excited. A group of friends joining me in, and we started just going every Saturday. But you think that it might be just playing, just doing some craft or things like that. But we were actually building our character, and that's how it started. Then I grew up in the movement. We started doing social labors. We started projecting in the community. After which we found the opportunities, the international opportunities. I remember the first time I went to Cabana. It was such a wonderful experience. I really liked the place, uh, sharing it with the most important person in my life, which is my mother, that she's a guiding as well. And just being there together, wow, was magical. Since then, I realized, like, well, I want to come back to this place. I want to be volunteer, and I want to do more for this organization, which opened me the doors for going there. And 2 years later, we got another scholarship. We visit. We we have the opportunity to be trained in voices against violence, in uh, leadership mindset, and so much more things that really grow your knowledge. After that, uh, well, I just keep training in the Girls Guide, learning about everything that you can do in. You just keep putting that seed for the girls that see you growing and doing things in the movement. After that, I saw the opportunity and I had some free time to apply as for being a volunteer in Nuestra Cabaña. I applied for be a volunteer in marketing and communication to share my knowledge, to be there with all the wonderful team of volunteers, which I was. All that group of empowered women really make me feel so proud that I was part of that community. And I just saw the opportunity to be in the Global Advocacy Champion. And I was like, wait a second, I can do actually more. And that really opened me my eyes. And now I am really, really happy to be part of it and just being every day more involved in this beautiful community.
Well, thank you, Alice. Like, listening to you is amazing because I just know guiding has the power to change everyone's life in a very specific way. And for me, it all started when I was 15, and I went a Saturday and I never stopped going to the meetings. So I met my team, who are now my best friends, and we're still talking to each other. And I had the opportunity to meet some leaders, some women leading. And actually, this is very funny because the leader that we had as Rangers is the person that sent me the global advocacy. Like, just she told me apply. Just apply and send everything that you are and do it. And I think that is the end of something that she built with us, and something that you have the experience in guiding, you going, and as Alice said, you can play and you do crafts, but there's always this space for women to support each other, and you see some amazing leaders in your life and they are the ones saying we should do this craft. But even in these very small things and these very small parts, you say like, I am surrounded by amazing leaders, and it never stops, even if it's with camping, if it's with we should go to a museum, you are surrounded by something, and it changed your mindset completely. And having these experiences, for me, I was able to attend Women Deliver in Vancouver in 2019 with the Free Being Me campaign. And I think it was my first big international event. It was amazing. I got to meet all of these guides from around the world that I still talk to, and that I still feel the confidence to send a message and say, I'm having questions about something. Tell me all about it. And this time in Women Deliver, I deliver an advocacy project based on the Free Being Me mission, that is self-confidence, and that is women feeling good about themselves in their body. And I made a project about it. It was very good. I think it was successful in its own way. And now, while I'm finishing my studies, I just graduated. I applied to being a global advocacy champion. And I think it is something more about growing for me, like being a girl guide so many years, studying so many years, and now having the opportunity to be part of this event is something. And I think Alice was so right. Like, I could do more, and I want to do more. Not only that I could do more, but I am going to do more, and I'm going to apply now to bigger things, and I'm gonna do some change that is going to be so much, much bigger. And my voice, I know that my voice has a platform and I can use it.
Thank you so much, ladies. I don't know if you noticed, but I was smiling all along the way. And that is because I feel very passionate about what this movement is doing for young women. I mean, if you really look at the impact that WAGS has on young women across the world, you can really see that it's not just a co-curricular activity. It makes girls and young women realize that there's a hero inside of each of us and there's a leader inside of each of us. And it propels us to, you know, push to higher heights and do more, as you and Ali said. So I'm just really happy that you're getting the opportunity to speak on this global stage to help young women across the world and speak up for their rights, and also help yourself by pushing yourself higher to do more, to find the hero in you, to find the leader in you, the advocate in you, the activist in you. So on that note, can you share a little bit more about what the theme for this year's CSW is, and what the maybe the action causes that you will be calling?
The theme for this CSW will be revisiting the 30 years of the Beijing meeting that I think started it all in an international way, where countries got to meet and talk about the things that we are now fighting for, or still fighting for, women's rights and the women's position in every sector of life. And we're revisiting this event in Beijing for saying what was accomplished, what went well, what is going well, but most important, I think, is what haven't we accomplished, and that we can push so much more in a way that's showing this was 30 years ago, but we have not make a positive impact on it. So I think it's very important for Beijing because everyone is talks so good about it. And if you look, the Beijing meeting is like a groundbreaking meeting, and revisiting it will be very, very important. And about the things that we are pushing, actually Alice and I work on the issues for like the view that we have on the region. I don't know if you want to talk more about it, Alice.
Yeah, as Julieta mentioned, the Bellit platform include topics about women, poverty, women in the technology, women and health, women economy, all the conflicts that you can see in our regions, women with the environment. And yeah, we had the opportunity to work in a draft that is later is going to be keep improving to really share what is happening in our regions, to really share what is happening in our communities, in our countries, and to raise our voice for advocating for the women in our region.
Thank you so much. Something that was mentioned earlier by one of you, I can't recall which one was, that the two of you being from the same region means that you share some sort of cultural background, cultural guiding background. And that is so important for the issues that you're calling to action for this event. You get to show it from the lens of people in Latin America, the lens of people in the Western Hemisphere, and that is very, very important. I was able to align the theme of World Thinking Day this year to your stories, and it is basically highlighting the history of guiding, the story of guiding, and the theme is centered around our story, tracing the history, the present, and the future. And what I realize is every member of WAGS creates history. Just being a part of WAGS, you're creating history. Right now, you're creating history. You're doing something that you thought you would never do, and you're making a mark, you're making an impact for the organization and for yourself and for the women all around the world. So I just want to take the opportunity to thank you very, very much for the work that you're doing for girls and women all around the world, not just the members of WAGS. We are 10 million strong, but that's just a needle in a haystack when compared to all the women and girls that we're raising our voices for to make a positive change for in this world. Thank you very much for the work that you will do and the work that you are doing. And I wish you the best of luck for the CSW and for the rest of your year as a global advocacy champion. Thank you for being a volunteer and thank you for being on this Western Hemisphere Table Talk. I will invite you to share any closing remarks that you might have, any advice that you might want to give the young girls that might be looking at you right now and saying, I want to be like her one day. I would like to be a global advocacy champion one day. Just give some advice as we close, please.
Thank you so much, Abigail, for those wonderful words. And as you mentioned, yeah, we are not just fighting for the voice of our members in the WACs, we are also fighting for the worlds of all the women in the world. And for those who want to be a global advocacy champion, I encourage them to really find your passion, to fight for that really matter for you, and follow your belief, never get down and continue, because you don't have to be part of a movement to do actions. You can start in your community, you can start day by day just helping a person, and you can really get far. Thank you.
Thank you, Abigail, and thank you, Alice, for sharing this space with me. And as you said, that we're making history, I also want to thank you for building this path for us. You also made history as a global advocacy champion, and if it wasn't for the girls who came before us, we wouldn't be here. And that's telling the girls that are looking at us right now, I think we are the girls that will come before you, and your time will come, and just open those doors. They are unlocked, and wax, and if they are locked, I think guiding gives you the key to open them, and guiding gives you this strength to say, I want to go through that door. And your voice is very important, and I think we had the opportunity, but you can get them. The opportunities are there. believe in yourself, do everything that you are doing right now, but harder. And as you heard us say, meetings could be craft, but they are so, so important in your life and in your daily life. Do not stop going to those meetings on Saturdays on or any day that you are taking them, and believe in guiding and in this space that gives you so much joy and so much power. Just whatever it gives you, give back to it. And yeah, that would be it.
Thanks so much, Alice and Julieta. You all are very inspiring young women. And to our viewers of the Table Talk, thank you so much for sticking along and listening to the stories of the 2025 Global Advocacy Champions from the Western Hemisphere. See you next time on the Western Hemisphere Table Talk.